Let's get back to work. Um, um, yeah, they showed a video, other thing on YouTube the other day, and um, for a lot of these videos, you understand these people, they can have them removed, but it costs a lot of money and energy and things like that. It's just stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and then you don't have to be a propaganda tool bag or a turd bag. It's not that fucking hard. It's real easy to stop global warming, restore the ecosystem, heal humanity. It's just real easy. All you got to do is just, you, you don't even have to have faith in God. You just have to understand you forgive debt and trespass. So you don't engage in extortion, exploitation, and bad brain chemical addiction activities. So we eternally can exist because our bad brain chemical addiction activities doesn't destroy our physical existence. So you don't even have to have faith in God to be a decent human being. But it's really hard to do because you'll think, well, fuck, I'm going to do it. What's to stop me? Well, if you look at natural laws and you obey and observe natural laws, in order, well, because it's basically the people we're dealing with are, if I can't fuck her, nobody can fuck her. They're murder suicide people. Okay. And if someone's afraid of someone, then they're afraid of the technology that they have with their business partners or investors. Okay, that it will be used to kill them and then eradicate their capacity to clone. Okay, because putting your brain on a robot, it's not you. It's only a reflection of you. The soul is not in the robot. It's just a reflection of you. So it's a memory. So if you had like a robot that transcends your physical existence, it would just be like a shadow of a memory, and it would be an absolute nightmare. Okay, Megatron? Okay, Optimus Prime? Yeah, no, that's for that. You're only replicating a finite delusion that gives you a perception of existence that isn't really existence. It's just trying to take you and put you in syndication. That's Roy Rowlands. No, it's Sidney Toller. No, it's Roland Winters. Only it's going to be a technological image of you that destroyed you and everything like you. Okay, so it's going to be like a nightmare that never ends. And so that explains a lot. Explains a whole fucking lot. But so these people are insane, and they show no propensity. I've changed since taking all these long walks around here and talking to people in meditation and prayer, looking at the mountains and stuff. I've aged a year since then. I was only 16, with eyes that would glow. Well, of course, I had more vibrance in me. I wasn't quite as poisoned and abused and put near, okay, yeah, there are fates worse than death. Like listening to you talk, right? No, serious. Listening to an egomaniac talk, it's like, no, you shouldn't have to kill yourself because egomaniacs won't stop talking. Okay, guys, do you understand? You're given life by the glory of God, not their ego. Okay? We'll plug you into a thing and make you listen to us all the time. I'll just tune you out like I did in my dreams last night. My dreams were horrid, and I was uncomfortable, but I just slept. I didn't interact with them, and then when they did interact with me, it got like, and then they avoided me. My dreams last night, just, whoa. Everybody's like, how do you know that bug yesterday? It looked weird. You've never seen it. How do you know it wasn't a drone? Who cares? What if it gave you a lethal dose, like the guy from Iran said they were gonna do with Donald Trump? Who cares? I'll be dead. Who cares? It's not like I'm not, having to survive chemical poisoning over the last because of the soup kitchen where they kill the poor people and stuff. So, they either kill you real quick with the little drone thing there, or the bullet in the head, or they poison you to death and say, you wish you were dead. They're fucking gross. No, they're gross. No, they are disgusting. Okay. If I can't torture you for 15 years and have everybody laugh at it anonymous and no one can. It's like, you're such a bag of shit. You're a worthless, useless bag of shit. You're given life by the glory of grace and you use it to be like this? You don't lose it to be this perfect, faithful lover that people enjoy and appreciate because he's kind and courageous. That's why you couldn't run under a 4-flat-40. That's why you couldn't jump over 64 or 70 inches or whatever when you were 15 in high school. Okay? That's why you didn't have exceptional abilities and energy and chi to protect people from bullies, clan members, best of jocks. Jocks were the worst. Oh, they were the worst. Well, look what happened in New Mexico State in the basketball program. Yeah. That apple don't fall from the tree. They steal the same way. Okay, do you understand? Oh, yeah. They think they're fucking funny. They're not. Okay, stop being aggressive. I'm watching the Kahuna kid almost get his head knocked off. They didn't call penalty because he didn't lose his helmet. He used the shoulder pad. Pow! And you could see the poor kid hit the ground. And as soon as the ball fell out of his hand because they knocked the shit out of him. Okay, but it's legal. Because you got to win. It's all about winning. They don't give a fuck if that will kill that kid in 5 years or 5 days. All they care about is winning. Okay. No, don't try to hit somebody in the head. No, don't try to knock the ball. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. We're just exercising to be healthy. We're no longer raping, looting, or pillaging. My job isn't real. My life isn't real. I get in a car. I go drive around for entertainment. I destroy the ecosystem in the process. I destroy people's hopes of living in the Lord's Prayer in the process. I am an insane, sick, psychopath invented by the American gladiator culture. And the gladiator culture, it's all different ways in which they perform genocide through bad science projects. In Saudi Arabia, in China, stuff, they have different ways in which they manage their populace through mass murdering their populace. Okay, it's all just, old school, new school, here, fuck yourself to death. Here's the drugs. It'll be comfortable. That's how the Americans are sick. But they're all sick. There's no hope for any of the people that are business partners with the people of Temple Set Illuminati that want to keep doing what they're doing. There's no hope for them to transcend this current state of being and not have to be exterminated by their own technology. There's no hope. You cannot hope that they will. You can't sit there and say, oh, I hope they repent at the last minute. It'd be so nice. I like their movies. I like their songs. You can't hope. If you hope, it'll destroy you physically, psychologically, emotionally. If you hope that a person addicted to brain chemical activity with psychotic, sexual, deviant, aggressive, it's like, I remember when I watched that movie, what's the name of that movie? U-Turn, right? And you feel sorry for Grace's character because she was a kid. She didn't have a choice. But the thing about it is they were all kids that were raised to be these crazy murdering adults, which means that, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, past, present, and future operate at the same time. And this is a perpetual problem caused by brain chemical addiction they don't see as a problem. Okay, do you understand? So when you look at the movie, first of all, it's just a movie made by an artist who wants to sell you, like what they did with this thing here. That movie in Las Cruces. It's like, okay, so you guys, instead of stand up for the Messiah being born here and living in the Lord's Prayer, you choose to make a movie about people being harvested for their organs to make you feel famous and make lots of money for the community that gets us all murdered. And in no way, shape, or anything say, hey, Elijah Benegas, his uncle's the Messiah. His life stories in the book forever. He can explain the stories better than the assholes on TV that get you to vote and dress up in Kevlar and go kill poor people to maintain status quo through economic conflict. Yeah, he's the coolest, man. He's better than a movie. I don't know when you sit down, okay, and you come up with a play, Sweeney Todd, okay, about somebody who cannibalizes people for entertainment. Ooh, that's creepy. They do this every October. Okay, All Hallows Eve is a celebration of pagan things to celebrate, like Dia de los Muertos. Okay, our relationship to our ancestors. Okay, but the thing about it is in every celebration, it becomes a cumulative act of what people think is sacred. And what happens with most of the celebrations is an act of brain chemical, like Ramadan and Christmas. Okay. In the United States. It's gimbals. And I saw I don't know how many mamas and sluts slips, getting busy with Santa Claus while dad's, Okay, just lots of them. I know Katherine Jackson is. I know Garth Brooks' mama is. Amy Grant's mama. There's lots of people's mamas getting busy with Santa Claus. Oh, wait a minute. I'm the spirit of Santa Claus. Oh, boy. I'm like King David. I'm just as big of a slut as their mommy. So I'm just kidding around. That was funny. I know it is. Okay. No, I'm not. No. Oh, gosh, no. It's like Rockefeller used to say, you turn down more sex in junior high than Hinckley and Kimball and all the Mormon presidents got offered in junior high. Yes. What? Well, I was very charming, very intelligent, very protective of people that were bullied, and I was the best jock everywhere. And I didn't try to be. And I didn't want to be. I just wanted to play and have fun. It just so happened. Wasn't my fault. It was Walter Payton's, Gil Sayers' fault. It was Frank Tavares' fault. It was who else? Ozzy, Lou Brock, Ozzy Smith. Lots of guys' fault on TV. It wasn't my fault. I'm just kidding around. The one thing that upset me the most though, I can still not spin a ball on my finger. Okay? I thought I'll never play for the Globetrotters if I can't spin the ball on my finger. I could dribble like Marcus Haynes by the time I was like, the little guy who started playing basketball. I'd get my knee pads at Mom Bought Me and I'd slide on the sidewalk and dribble. I could dribble like Marcus Haynes, right? But I couldn't spin the ball on my finger. I still can't. Like roller skating. I can't roller skate for shit. No, I will bust my ass, and it's funny. It's not funny. It hurts. Okay, you go bow, right? And skateboarding, hate it. No, can't skateboard for shit. I run and jump like a leaping ninja, and I can do all that stuff. Cartwheels, no, I can't do. I could do cartwheels and shit like that. I know I did a Bruce Lee flip over the couch. Mike was like, that was the most amazing thing. That was better than a gymnast. I was lounging on the couch and Bob's mom threw the kitchen knife at me. And I pushed my foot off the coffee table and went flip. And Mike goes, it was cool. Your legs went flipping. I didn't even know I did it. I didn't black out. I remember doing it. I just don't. It's like what Brady Oliveira said about that touchdown with that pirouette move and stuff like that. He goes, I don't even really remember it. I was just wanting to get in because all the people, it was this, no, that wasn't the week of the celebration of the nations or whatever stuff, but he was just, he was just tuned in. And he just did that and stuff. And sometimes you do that and spirit just takes over. And you do things that people are like, that was amazing. It's like, was it? I do that. And it really probably wasn't you. It was more like the spirit cumulatively of the people doing that. Do you understand? He was at home and it was in Winnipeg, And so, yeah, okay, I wondered why I watched that one. Well, I like Brady. And he went to one of my favorite universities, the University of North Dakota. And Quentin, the basketball player, Booker Hooker, can't remember his last name. Is it Booker Hooker? I like him. It's a neat kid. Him and, no, they don't have North Dakota on my basketball stuff for football. Well, I do have a football. I have a dynasty one of a homemade one and stuff with the football. And Brady's on it. And, because the kid whoever made the team put him on it, of course, because it's one source, of course. And then, but I do have, I'm just trying to think. Never mind. My brain's just mush. Well, I'm connecting to the Temple Set Illuminati institutions that all combine to try to headfuck me to death and replace me with their egos. What are you doing? I'm cleaning up their egos. That's what I do. I'm caught up. Everything's like, DC Suzuki, and so it sounds like you are determined to protect people from being murdered all across this country, everywhere you've went. Yeah, I am. Okay, I really am. He goes, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's brutal. Yeah, I know it is, but life's eternal, grace is infinite, and I love kids.